That's that's gonna start moving in a second. I don't want to. Okay. Hello. Hey everybody. Welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. I don't need this on right now. This is getting better. I think I still wear it at work because I have to move heavy things sometimes, and I don't want to aggravate it. But feels like it's getting better. It's about time. Damn. I'm to like grab a squidgy clamp once in a while and just give it a one of these just to, you know, get the tendons moving and stuff. How's everybody doing? Finishing up yard work. Lajeunesse, Stanifer, Waldrop. Just the four of us tonight, guys. Do you need a ambulance? Come here and say that. Maybe I do. Dr. Ping, welcome back to the show. Oh, just gonna do a little bit of hanging out tonight. I gotta do early bed probably. I'm exhausted. Yeah, just kind of feeling beat. No, I don't think there's any reason in particular, but just worn down a little bit today. Relatively busy couple of days at work, but nothing crazy. It wasn't stupid. Just feeling a little exhausted is the right word for it. I'm feeling really sort of worn down. Oh, have a couple of beer with my friends on the internet. Talk about some things, some stuff, maybe some wooden things and stuff. And see how things go. My lathe isn't even where my lathe lives. It didn't make it. It made it from the box of the truck to my workbench. It didn't make it all the way over to the stand because it's going back out again on Sunday, and I didn't do anything with it this week, so it's just sitting right here beside you guys. The class was good. It felt like it went well. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. Everybody got through and ended up with a pen in the end, and nobody got hurt. Yeah, it was good. It took longer. Like, it went long getting 4 people through, like drilling, gluing blanks in, practicing a little bit, and then turning a pen times 5, including me. We went long, but I need another lathe. I need to have 2 people going at a time, I think. So probably going to be buying. I really wish Lee Valley would get that Rikon back in stock. The shop down in Courtney finally got theirs onto the internet, and it is $250 more than Lee Valley wants for it when it's in stock there. My old lathe still works, but I don't have any Morse Taper 1 MT. I don't have any MT1 accessories. Like, I don't have a pen mandrel for an MT1. I don't have my chuck has an adapter that can go onto the spindle, so that's not a problem, but I need a mandrel for it. I could just go do that. Well, but then I don't have an excuse to buy another lathe. Damn non-conforming lathe. It conforms to MT1, but I don't want to buy MT1 stuff just for that lathe, because that lathe is also pretty shit. So, I mean, it would be fine for pens, really. Honestly, it would be fine. I should just do it. I should just do that. We'll go to Penn State. because they're the only place I know that has the actual like full kit with the mandrel saver and the mandrel and stuff, even though I don't want to buy them. Rockler sells a small pen lathe for about $450. Well, see, the Rikon, whatever it is, 70-100 and something or other, their new MIDI, if Lee Valley has it, is $500 through them, Canadian. And it's a full like MT2, like it's probably not that much. I think it's a 1018. So it's not that much smaller than the 1216. It's obviously it's two smaller this way. That's the one that I want. But it's $500 through Lee Valley, and it's $750 through the place down the street. After I break mine turning the fossilized ivory, I'll let you have it cheap. Thanks. I've got broken 1216. I mean, depending on how much it's going to cost to fix, it'll be like $400 for you to send it to me, my friend. Roll. MT1 pen mandrel saver package, the same one that I got for the number 2 Penn State's $40 American. I mean, at least that. Well, it would take 6 weeks for it to get to me, probably. But I'd have it for the next round of classes. It's a hell of a lot lighter. Tell you that much. Moving a 1216 around can be done, but it is not a fun time. Getting it from the lathe stand to the box of the truck, and then from the box of the truck to the table at the parking lot. They make these things robust. Well, they don't make them robust, but it's a hefty piece of equipment for how big it is. I'm gonna think on the number 1 MT pen mandrel saver, because really that's probably the answer, is just to bring the crappy little lathe to have as a second. The party can begin. Tim has arrived. Woo! And Paul is all right. I'll buy it. Paul's paying for half of it. I will just pull the trigger. Let's just order it. Let's just order it. Add to cart. Oh, I'm already logged in. Okay. I'll buy the stupid thing, and I'll bring my other lathe when it gets here. Small lathe should be fine for pens. Yeah, it is. It will be. I kind of just... I mean, he and I have some history, you know? Like, and I don't like it. It's not a happy history. Should I buy anything else from Penn State while I'm in here? Because they're lying to me about shipping again. Don't do a bowl turning class on it. No, I absolutely won't. I did get talked into doing a bowl turning class down at the shop, though. I have launched 1 edition of intermediate or level 2 or whatever wood turning, which is bowls. But I am requiring that people have some lathe experience, either through the introductory class, the pen turning class down there, or not. Like 30 years ago in high school, I tried it once. Because I did have a couple of people be like, I would take it if it was bowls, because I've done pens and bottle stoppers and stuff, but I was like, okay. What else should I get at Penn State while I'm here? I don't like shopping at Penn State, but I mean, if I'm ordering a box, I should put some stuff in it probably. Let's see what's on sale. Specials. See what's on sale at Penn State right now. 14 slimline pen kit variety pack. I don't want 14. I buy them by the 60 usually. Trim line pens, fun line, comfort 30 twist pens. The 30 pack of slimlines is always on sale. Like, I don't know why they don't just make that the regular price. It's always on sale. The ice cream scooper with the chick is on sale. The pewter, the potpourri lids are on sale. Maybe I'll do that. Because I wanted to get those in the last order, and I didn't because it was pushing my total up, and I was already spending a lot of money that day. Maybe I'll get those. Turncrafter Commander 12-inch variable speed mini lathe. $550 American. No. I don't know. I'm going to think on it. Paul bought half the mandrel. I am absolutely going to pull the trigger on the mandrel. I may add those pewter potpourri lids. Pen Pal pen making lathe starter kit. What is this? Get the lathe. Looks like you get a lathe, a pen press, a box of those roll sandpapers, a couple of blanks, some glue. Oh, you know what I should get? If I get another lathe, I need another set of tools, don't I? Can't have one person working with chisels. Where are the carbide? I get the little. I'm gonna get the little 3-pack again. What? Lathe accessories, wood turning tools. There we go. This is probably riveting for you guys. The Rikon is cheaper than that. Exactly. Carbide magic lathe chisel sets. Maybe carbide magic. I don't know where I'm going in here. Where's the 3 set? They don't have the 3 set anymore? Negative rake pen genie. $80. Chisel sets. I want the 3 carbide thingies in the little case that I got the first time. Why you guys don't do that anymore? The hell? Lee Valley has it. Guess I'll get it at Lee Valley. Be quicker. Buy some pepper mills. I already have some pepper mills. I got my lathe on its new home. Made a piece of maple round. That's the start. That's how you start. You make a thing round, and then you go from there. Glad to hear you spun it up. I'm a little disappointed that they don't do that 3-piece carbide set anymore at Penn State Industries, because it was a good price. Would recommend if they still sold. It's like the one thing that I would recommend. Well, yeah, probably the one thing that I would recommend getting from Penn State Industries when they had it. And the slimline 30-pack of slimlines if you're in the States. If you're in Canada, no. But if you're in the States, I don't think there's a better deal on that, on a batch of slimline kits. Rockler has the 3-piece carbide set on sale. Yeah, but I don't have a Rockler. Wonder what they do like for shipping to Canada. Let's have a check at rockler.com. Never actually tried to order from Rockler because I just assume that ordering anything from the States is going to make it not really worth it. Is it just rockler.com? Let's see. Yep. United States, okay, duties and taxes in Canada, GST is 5%, blah, 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 blah. Courier shipments originating in the United States or Mexico, you can spend up to $150 Canadian and not incur any duty. I said duty. And $40 Canadian does not incur GST. So I'm going to be above $40. Might not be above 150. Let's go to the sales section. Or I could just search in the search bar. Carbide. Let's just go carbide. There we go. Oh, it went away. Carbide. Let's just. I have 3-piece Rockler pen carbide set that I don't use anymore. What's the pen carbide set? It's carbide. Just everything on the site that has the word carbide in it. Turning tools. Look at this. Okay, mini ergonomic carbide turning tools, 3-piece set. It's $170. The shit is that? No. $170. Holy Valley. Diamond, circular, square, and radius. It's the pen turning kit from Rockler. I didn't see that one. Oh yeah, pen turning, ergonomic turning tools. They like really little, like this guy little, like the ones that came with my crappy lathe. Uh, 10 inches or so. So smaller than my mini guys. See, these ones are $1.60 Canadian. I'm just gonna get these from Lee Valley. This is the set that comes free with the $500 Rikon lathe when it's installed. These guys. And they are about 11 inches overall. So it's probably, it's probably like the same set. Well, it's a different set, clearly. Those ones have black handles, but if you want My Son Works at Rockler and get you a set at employee price, cheaper and new. What's the employee price on the mini ergonomic carbide turning tool set? That's funny. I mean, this guy right here. I mean, it's still going to be more expensive than just getting the set from Lee Valley. It probably is, because I mean, yeah, if you want to have them check on the price, but like $160 with free shipping from Lee Valley. I'll say it here. I'll put it in the chat. That's $160 American is the on sale price. So even at an employee discount and then plus shipping from Texas, probably I would venture a guess and say that it's going to be more than $160 Canadian for the set from Lee Valley. I mean, we'll have a look. I mean, unless the employee discount is like 70% or something. They'll probably get the set for $50. Well, okay, then maybe. I mean, if he gets the set for $50 and it costs $40 to ship it, then I guess I'm ahead. Yeah, okay. Let's see what that is. I won't pull the trigger on the Lee Valley ones. Okay. That's the set I just bought Wednesday for $99. Why is it $160 today then? Or $170? It's on sale, 15% off. What's the deal, Rockler? I want the $99. The handles look pretty slick. What's that, ash? And like rubberized coating on the, like, they look pretty cool. Look at this. Did you do a review? Found these on the website for $100 off and couldn't pass. Oh no, that was Timothy. Sorry. 4 days ago, Timothy said he found them on the website for $100 off. How come it's only $30 off today, Rockler? Should have checked 4 days ago. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to get another set of turning tools because if I'm going to get the MT1 for the crappy little lathe, and then I need another set of tools. So I'll either get through Paul's boy or the Lee Valley set. I do kind of like the look of those slick, like rubberized black handled ash things. Those are pretty nice looking. And you know, part of your enjoyment is how cool your things look. Oh, beer. Never looked around Rockler. I'm going to leave that tab open and go looking around at Rockler. I hear a lot of things about Rockler, but I've just assumed, like, well, if you buy it from Rockler, it's going to cost you just flat rate $100 to get it to your house. No matter what you buy, I just assume it's going to be $100. It's a little disappointing that Penn State, because it was a nice little set for a reasonable price. Oh, my back hurts a little bit. Oh, I lied last week. I said that it was the last week for July bingo, but I thought that this Saturday was August already. Tonight is the last week for July bingo. There has been a qualifying bingo has been awarded. So bingo has been won, but we'll give people until the end of the month to confirm whether they too have a bingo. The prize will be split between all qualifying bingo lines. One of them has been claimed. Someone did send me a shot of their bingo sheet with a line of correct answers. Correct answers? No, you know what I mean. So, check your sheets, because prize has been won, and you could split it if you also win. Glad Lodge has one. Let us know the quality of the calendar. See, it's funny you say that, Paul. I'm gonna talk to you after about this, because unless Todd wants to tell you in the chat, because we talk via email, and he has made a request. You want me to tell? All right. So Todd sent me his sheet, the sheet, and said it's this line, and I said yes, it is. Congratulations. And he said, I would like to give my prize to Paul, please, because he sends you all those beautiful blanks and blah 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 blah. And I was gonna reply like, I don't think he's gonna accept that. Like, Paul isn't the kind of guy that actually wants a thing. But if Todd would like to donate his prize to you, Paul, I fully expect you to say no, thank you. He can have the prize, but if you would like to say thank you very much, I'll have it. You're more than welcome to. It's like people fighting over not taking the prize. Like, yeah, thanks, Todd. It's yours. Yeah, see, I was gonna type back like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna say no thanks. I understand the sentiment. Paul is a fantastic supporter of the show. I've tried to pay him for. I have managed to pay him for things once. One time, I managed to get some money going in his direction. I'm a give stuff, not receive stuff kind of guy. Yeah, I mean, I try to give more than I take, in general in this world. Which is why I'm poor. It's one of the reasons I'm poor. Let's move that stolen merchandise somehow. All right. So it's back to Todd. Todd's going to find somebody else to donate it to. You guys don't even know what the prize is. Maybe it's like $1,000. It's not. But you're fighting over who's going to take the bingo prize. And then you find out that it's a new car. Oh, 1,000 Canadian equals $2 American. It's not quite, but oh, I doubt that tonight will be a bingo for anybody. But last week was a hell of a show for bingo squares. Like, there were at least a dozen squares last week. Oh, and you don't have to be watching it live for it to count. It's just in any given week, did you get a bingo? You can watch it after the fact. Oh, that means I got to make new bingo cards for August, and it's almost August. I don't feel like it. Like 3 months in, and I already don't feel like making new sheets. Oh, where's Benell? The hell, man? Marked absent. Reprimand. And take a break? Yeah, but it's maybe. We'll see. I might just be like, I'm taking August off from bingo. Kapla! Welcome to the show. Been doing a little bit of shopping on the internet. Paul bought me half of a pen mandrel. Almost, because YouTube takes a cut of that too. It's all good. I was probably going to get it anyway. Because I think that is the answer. Just bring the little crappy little lathe. It would suck to be the person that gets to work on that one, though. Like, one person's working on a really nice Laguna and the other person's working on the crappy Mastercraft. Gets the job done. It's fine. Maybe we could do it like a swapsy. Another class tomorrow. There's only one person registered. It's going to be a one-on-one class tomorrow. Lucky that person. That one I'll be able to do in the allotted amount of time. I'll get one person through it real quick. Well, still be hour and a half probably, but maybe that person gets to make 2 pence. Still a nice profit for you, which is nice. Yep, it is. I mean, last week with 4 people in the class, I made about $70 an hour, including the time to take my stuff down there and set it up and then clean up afterwards and get home. Just about $70 an hour. It was $400 for about 6 hours because we went long. This blue shop towel guy. All right. William Smith from North Carolina. Made a bobbin holder for your daughters. Your daughters, plural? You made one bobbin holder? They get to fight over it? Got a guitar student in my shop. Make your own guitar for $350 plus hardware. They supply the wood. You supply the wood. I mean, wood's not cheap. Speaking of wood not being cheap, they use the same sewing machine. Oh, okay. So it is one for, yeah, okay. like that's my bobbin. Speaking of wood not being cheap, you guys want to see what a $130 stick of sapele looks like? I got the board for the seat of my shop stool. It cost me $130. But this is news, I guess. I only need it. I can't buy 6/4 lumber here. You buy 4/4, you buy 8/4, you buy 12/4. So I bought 8/4 board of sapele. I only need it to be 6. So how cool would it be for me to make a sapele acoustic guitar? I think it'd be pretty cool. So I'm going to cut a couple of veneers off to make an acoustic guitar out of some of this board. Come with me. Here's the lathe on the workbench. Here is $130 stick of sapele. 8/4 sapele. It is almost exactly 8 inches wide by 6 feet long. It is perfectly clear. It's a really nice board. I went looking for cherry because I wanted to make my shop stool seat out of cherry. But they had one board of 8/4 cherry. It wasn't quite wide enough. Yeah, it probably was. It was wide enough, but it wouldn't have been if I got rid of the sapwood. It had probably an inch plus of sap running up the one side. And you can incorporate sapwood just fine if you want to. I didn't want to. So they had this piece of sapele, and I was like, I'm making the board, the seat out of sapele instead. Viviana bounces. Bounce. I've done this before. Purple Heart in Peru is around $3 per foot. That's nice. That's awesome. I'm buying the shit out of that. $3 a board foot for Purple Heart. Yes, please. I don't use a lot of Purple Heart, but I would if it was $3 a board foot. Make several guitars out of that? No. Make one acoustic guitar out of the veneers that I'm going to cut. Well, they're not really veneers. I'm going to resaw off 2, probably 3/16 slices, and put it aside. And then plane that down to proper thickness for the guitar. Then I need to learn how to make an acoustic guitar. Because I don't know how to do that. Be a fun project, though. An all Sapele acoustic guitar that I made myself? Yes, please. Yes, please. Maybe I'll put a preamp in it. Maybe I'll make it an acoustic electric. I need to learn how to make an acoustic guitar. You have a book for making one? I think I do too. Now that you mention that, I skimmed through it and I don't necessarily like the guy's process. It's very specific to, his process is very specific to his one design of guitar. And that's not really the guitar that I want to make. So, okay, on YouTube I watch from South Africa. He gets all kinds of exotic wood for free because it's local and people are getting rid of it. Yeah, that'd be great. It's like me and my Douglas fir. 8/4 Sapele is $6.75 a board foot there in North Carolina. I paid almost 14. But the cherry was only $1 less. I think the cherry, I think that's the first thing I ask when I walk in. I say, like, what's 8/4 cherry price today? Because it changes all the time. And they said it was I think they said it was $13.95 or $13.50 or something like that, a board foot. And the Sapele was it was less than $1 more per board foot for the Sapele that came from Africa than the cherry that came from, I don't know, probably Pennsylvania. Sean McGill, welcome back, my friend. You missed the discussion? Don't nobody tell him. $5.75 for cherry. Oh. Big old sweater. Here. Oh. Just finishing off a nice maple burl bowl. I should get back into that. Let's see. This is on my, very, very dusty. On my, like, shelf of shame up there. Give me a second to get this thing dusted out, because it's been up there a while. I've got this maple burl beauty. From very early on, obviously, because I went through just about, because look at this recess, like that's a deep ass. It was very early, but it is just an amazing piece of wood, which is why I didn't just huck it in the fire. I had to stabilize some bits over here. But this is just a wicked looking piece of wood that I do want to I want this to be a thing that's in the world, that's in use. But I don't know. I might just have to turn right through it and then put a plug in and then return it. But every time I look up there at it, I'm like, damn, I need to do something. I need to get that thing back up on the lathe somehow. I think I probably just have to turn through that and just plug it. Yeah, I'd plug it with a piece of walnut or something and just like return it out. Fill the void with epoxy. Well, yeah, but then it's gonna look shit. I mean, that's kind of what I did. I did drizzle like epoxy to like just keep it held together. Cut through it, then instead of a plug, make a second piece of wood as the base. Yeah. I mean, don't even really need to. I could just like put it over the jointer and just like zit, 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 and then just glue it to something else. And then I don't know, there's options. There's a reason, like I said, there's a reason it didn't just go in the fire. Lose a lot of beautiful burl though if I take it down to like there. There's a lot of pretty wood that I'm but at least it's a thing at that point. I don't know. It's just really nice. It's probably not showing up for you guys how nice that is. But. It's like just make a one segmented ring on the bottom. Cherry walnut, cherry walnut, cherry. Now it's rattling around. Too many things. Okay, shop stool, acoustic guitar apparently. The shop rejuvenation project with the lights and the painting and the turning classes. Gotta find time for Zelda. I am enjoying Tears of the Kingdom more than I did right at the beginning. Took me a little while to fight past the strange new mechanics that were overcomplicated for no reason, and like the super generic like talking points and like the conversations that repeat and stuff with me. It has its flaws. Tears of the Kingdom has its flaws, but I'm enjoying it more now than I was 3 weeks ago. Bingo square. Looks the turning class went well. Show up on time, Sean. God, not gonna keep having the same conversations. Yeah, no, the turning class did go well. It was fun. Everybody seemed like they had a good time, and everybody got a pen out of the deal. My girlfriend says since she is a Scrum Master, I don't know what a Scrum Master at her IT job. I don't know what Scrum Master is, but that's fine. Whenever I get sidetracked, she reminds me that she's my project manager and puts you back on track. Can you have her just fire me a message once in a while and tell me to focus? Chris Walters, how you doing, my friend? Welcome back. Oh, yeah, back problems. Getting old, my friends. Life is good, man. Okay, yeah, life is good. Life is, keep on keeping on, you know. You do the best you can. Make your way through the world. Be good to people. Give more than you get. Just don't be shitty to other people, that's all. A Scrum Master is a facilitator for an agile development team. They're responsible for managing the exchange of information between team members. Manage the exchange of information? Why don't the team members just communicate better? Why do they need a manager for hire people who can communicate better, and then you don't need a manager to help people communicate? No, then she'll lose her job. No, don't do that. Keep hiring shitty communicators. My job is to help you guys communicate with each other. Why don't they just do that better themselves? It's, whatevs. She makes 4 times my salary, so we can't afford for her to be unemployed. Yeah, it's fair. She works from home. Yeah, no, my wife makes significantly more than I do. But we traded. Like, for the first dozen years we were together, it was the other way around. And then she finally, I shouldn't qualify it like that. She found her spot in a good company and is making good money now. So I quit my shit job that I didn't like that was making decent money, and now I don't make decent money, but I like what I do now. So I'm a people person. I talk to the people so that they don't have. Why can't you people see that? Oh, right. Yeah. Office Space. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Does that hold up? Does that movie hold up? That was pretty funny. That was a pretty funny movie. I'm always wary about movies that old that take place in a specific time around, like, especially like they're dealing with technology and stuff in like 1998 or whenever that movie was made. Like, I vividly remember them being really pissed off at the copier. Reclaimed place in Jacksonville has hardwoods for $6 to $12 a board foot. Wide selection of lumber and live edge. Well, yeah, but you just cut the live edge off anyway, so I don't understand how people can get away with charging more for doing less work to a board. I mean, I do. I know why, but it's dumb. I think Office Space holds up, McGill says. Well, maybe I'll give it another go this day. Office life hasn't changed at all. Yeah, that's probably true. I was in an office for a lot of years up until not very long ago, and I think it's probably pretty accurate. Even have the red stapler. Is it a swing line or? Oh, of course it is. Is that what the name of it is? Swing line? My age, I'm not going back to a full-time job. I mean, I work far more than full-time at all of the various jobs that I have, but I mean, this is technically work. I'm working right now. I made $20. I spent it, but I made $20, and then through the life of this video, I'm gonna make another 48 cents probably. I work full-time job and probably 30 to 40 hours on the side with your woodworking stuff. Yeah, I work a part-time job, and then I used to do more. I still work a lot. If you're having fun, it's not work. This is not true. This is not true. If you're doing it for money, it's work. If you're doing it, rephrase. If you're doing it because it makes you money, it's work. If you would do it for free, but it also makes you money, then yes, maybe not work. But if you're doing it, like when I make an awesome piece of furniture that I want to make for my house, not work. I mean, it is because I'm filming it, but the filming it and the editing it and the blah, 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 blah part is work. The actual making of it isn't, because I'm not doing that for money. I'm doing the filming and editing and blah, 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 blah for money. But when I'm cranking out slimline pens for Christmas markets, you better fucking believe that that's work, my friend. Like, I'm enjoying doing. Am I? I'm liking it more than sitting at my old desk at the newspaper. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a semantic argument about like what's the definition of work. I'm not going to have that fight. I'm not going to split that hair. Finally reached the age where my insurance doesn't cost me monthly premiums, so I finally have insurance. Yep, that's cool. I'm Canadian, so don't really know what else to say about that. I don't worry about insurance premiums. I'm not Canadian, just old. Well, I'm both. No, sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I feel like I'm old. Like did I ever tell you guys about like why with the back problems? Do you guys know the story about why I have so many back problems? I mean, other than the fact that like I sat at a desk for a long ass time in my career. Are you about half my age? Little more than that. I don't think you're 86. Maybe. I don't know if I know it. No, you're not 86. We've talked. I've seen you. We've chatted on the Zoom. You are not 86. 71. Right. So I'm more than half your age. Thank you very much. So when I was, I'm gonna say 15, maybe 14. I lived in Southwest Saskatchewan, and I won a ski trip. I went to a ski show, and I won a trip down to Bozeman, Montana. to go skiing for free. And it was for two of us. So me and my buddy Dan went down to Bozeman, Montana. My dad drove us. We went skiing. And on the last day of the ski trip, going down the groomed part of the ski hill, my goggles fogged up a little bit, and it had snowed the night before. But I'm going down the groomed part, and then I got off a little bit into the powdery part on the edge, and because my goggles are foggy up, and so I'm going down, and my skis stopped because they hit the powder, and I was not expecting it. And so my body went like this because my skis stopped, and my head went into the powder this way, and then my head stopped, and the rest of my body kept going, and I paralyzed myself on the side of a mountain just outside Bozeman, Montana. And my buddy Dan says, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I can't move my body." So he went and got ski patrol, and they took me off the mountain behind a skidoo, like strapped to a sled, and off I go to the hospital. And that, my parents were not happy about that bill. The ambulance ride from the ski hill to the hospital in Bozeman, Montana, they did not like that bill. I got better. But yeah, I was paralyzed on the side of a mountain in a skiing accident when I was 14 or so. And I don't know for a fact that this is the ongoing back problem, but it can't have helped. This is the real reason he's no longer welcomed in the US. Because of a skiing accident? That doesn't even make sense. Or maybe because we didn't pay that bill. Is that what you're getting at? We just we skedaddled and we're like, suckers. No, they sent the bill to the house. My husband and I make characters with different kinds of wood, but they take too long, like a month or more. We love it, but now we're starting a new project in wood turning. Sweet. Yeah, no, turning's great. And it's quicker. That's the thing I like most about wood turning, I think, is that I can go from chunk of wood to finished thing in 2 hours. Less than that sometimes. I can go chunk of wood to finished thing. The bottle stoppers and the bottle openers and pens and stuff. I can go from chunk of wood to finished thing in under an hour. And I have a thing, and I've made it myself, and it feels good. Speaking of turning, Mike, have you ever done a chess set? I have not done a chess set. I have had numerous requests from people to do a chess set. I probably will add it to the list. I would like to do a nice chess set that has like the board. It's like a little sort of cabinet that has drawers where the pieces live inside. Pretend I was here the whole time, okay? No, we already talked about how you've been marked absent. I mean, you might as well go, because just why'd you even bother showing up? I'm working on a 10-inch bowl that will have an inlay in the rim. It has fairly thick sides and is a bit heavy. That's fine. Not every bowl has to be like paper thin. Like it's nice to have a hefty, you know that you're holding it kind of bowl. You know, you don't need to see light through all of the sides of all of your bowls. It's impressive when you can put a lamp in it and you can see the glow coming through. But you don't need that. It's nice to have a hefty bowl once in a while. Also, strive for adequacy in your life. People that did like strive for perfection kind of bother me a little bit. Has sides wide enough to contain irrigation nozzles in the inlay. I don't know what an irrigation nozzle is, but that sounds pretty thick. It's fine. Thin bowls can't be fragile. That's true. Like when I do a lot of my rims as like a flare out, like come up and out, and they get pretty brittle around there. Like if I knock that against, like if I'm getting my popcorn and I walk out to the living room and I knock it against something, like I can absolutely easily chip that bad boy. Yeah. Nozzles are about 3/4 of an inch across. How did you say it was a 10-inch bowl? 3/4 inch. And they're inlaid, so the sides are at least an inch. It's 8 inches with an inch. That's, yeah, okay, that's hefty. But it's for a purpose, right? You're inlaying irrigation nozzles. Why are we inlaying irrigation? Is this like a... I'm gonna need to know the reason we're inlaying irrigation nozzles into the rim of a bowl. Like, there has to be a story here. I barbecued hot dogs tonight, and I told the girlfriend, grilled to adequate when I was done. That's it. That's how we should live. We should all live our lives striving for adequacy. You know, be kind to each other and strive for adequacy. Bowl is a gift for the guy who taught me irrigation. That's all I need is a story. That's a perfectly fine story. Saw a guy break plywood, arrange it in a pattern, and put a ton of epoxy in it. The blank was massive, but it turned out nice after he said. That's a bad story. See, the story about the irrigation inlay was better than that, because what do you mean we broke plywood, arranged it in a pattern? Like I need to, like, that's a visual thing. I don't know what any of that means. Oh, now it's getting fun. Mike's starting to get lippy. Hot dog story was better. Yes, also true. Break plywood, arrange it in a pattern, fill with epoxy. I mean, I can see various ways that, in my head, I can see various ways of that working. Oh, that's another, just put it on the list of projects I want to do. I want to make a lamp. I see a lot of people making lamps, and I'm like, I'd like to think I have a pretty cool design aesthetic. I like my design aesthetic. And I would like to make a lamp. Like just a little desk, like a, I don't know what you'd even call it. It's like a desk lamp. It's like a cube. It's not a this. It's just like a sort of an aura lamp, I guess. I never use plywood, MDF, or other processed wood. There are plenty of times I want to, just can't bring myself to use it. Really? I mean, I understand the sentiment, But there are some times where I'm like, no, this is absolutely a sheet good project. Like I'm not gonna go through the whole milling process and making panels for whatever this is. Like this is just a thing that does a thing, and that's sheet goods are perfect for. I need a thing that does a thing. Who am I trying to impress? You know, kind of projects. Absolutely, sheet goods. I made a short tulip-shaped cup from a piece of massive oak tree that fell down a week ago and blocked one of our driveways. Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants with his multiple driveways. You seeing this? One of our driveways. I like the pine cone in resin base for a lamp. It looked pretty neat. I've never seen a pine cone. Well, I've seen pine cones in resin. But he's an engineer with a utility company. He did some rotations with a line crane. He said, that's good enough for the women. There was a time when I said something along the lines of like, it's good enough for the girls I go out with. Same kind of idea. I have a large collection of oak. Yeah, from your multiple driveways. Mike, I'm looking at your cabinets behind you and they're all solid woods. No, they're not. This guy absolutely looks like solid wood. These panels are red oak, 1/4 inch red oak plywood. These panels right here. Perfect time to use a piece of plywood. The back is also the back of my chisel, my lathe tool, cabarack, red oak plywood. The sharpening station is all solid wood. Didn't need to be, but I was practiced for a sideboard that I'm going to get to eventually. Stand corrected. It looks, see, that's the thing, is like, if you use decent plywood, the only difference is that this doesn't expand and contract, and I could have glued it in. I don't think I did. Sounds like I didn't. I don't know. I'd have to watch the video again, but have you seen the Nutcracker kit that Craft Supplies sells? My husband wants to do. I have not seen the Nutcracker kit. That's hard to say. Nutcracker kit that Craft Supplies sells. Sounds like it's floating. I think that might just be the squares that are hanging on the back of it that are rattling. But I honestly, I'd have to watch the video again to remember if I glued that in or not. Out of beer again. The hell. Beer. And like the Glowforge materials cabinet that I made for down at work. No way I'm gonna mill up panels to do that. 1/2 inch plywood. Rabbets and glue and screws, and away it goes. You know, it's a thing that does a thing. I don't think I have a cabinet in here. In fact, oh, okay, yeah, the sharpening station, but it doesn't have doors and drawers. And when it gets doors and drawers, almost guarantee that the panels of those doors are going to be plywood. Maybe not, but probably. Like I said, just sometimes it just makes the most sense. Been living on the same property for 63 plus years. Sweet. Hope you like it. Floor, if your shop is plywood, I would love to have plywood floor. I would love to be walking on wood instead of concrete. Built all of my shot cabinets, including shelves sides, out of recycled 2x4s. Ripped to thickness and built. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I totally am on board with making everything out of solid wood if you feel like it. There are some things that I just am not going to bother to do that way. Because they go through the effort of making it flat and smooth-ish at the factory, and big and wide. Sometimes they just let other people do that part. Sometimes I don't want to rip down oak boards and book match them and plane them down to a 1/4 inch to fit into the grooves around those rails and studs. I don't want to do that. I mean, I could. I think that I'm fully capable of doing that. I don't want it. When I can go and get a 1/4 sheet, I probably got the full sheet of red oak plywood, 1/4 inch red oak plywood, for not that much money. Like it probably would have been more expensive, and it would have looked better, honestly, if I'd done it. But the amount of work that it takes to make a panel to go into that versus just buying a sheet, no thanks. Right now my dust collector's inside the shop with flex hose hookup. Plan on moving it out and feeding the lines from below the floor and have the unit outside. Ooh, nice. Is that my cat screaming again? Just wife must have gone out to get dinner or something. Cat gets pissed off when wife leaves the house. What else should we talk about? Did Pinnell take me seriously when I said you might as well just go away? Because he hasn't said anything since I said that. I'm kidding, my friend. You're welcome to be here. What happens if, like, a spam bot comes in? I will have nobody to take care of it. My flip cart is also built out of plywood. It's drum sander. Perfect example. Perfect example of the place to use plywood. Yes, I did. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably make my planer. It's not really well, I guess you could call it a cart. My planer stand cabinet on wheels that I'm gonna make will probably be made out of solid wood, but only because I have a huge stack of Douglas fir, and I'm starting to replace all of my shop furniture with handmade handmade solid wood cabinets. So why not? But, like, yeah. If I wouldn't have bought however many 100 board feet of Douglas fir for $100, like 3 years ago, absolutely. Give me a half sheet of plywood and I'll just bust it out of that instead. Oh, look at us talking about woodworking. Doesn't happen all the time. I've got my eye on a new plane. I'm in a Facebook group. Some of you guys probably are too. It's called Can I Have It? Vintage Tool Auction. And every weekend, people put up hand tools and stuff, like mostly vintage hand tools. And then Sunday night, the auction ends and everybody pays and gets their stuff and blah, 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 blah. It's where I got my number 6, I think. I was in that, but I left it. I really, because the people there know their tools and they're willing to spend. Most of them have a lot of money and are willing to spend for their tools. So I haven't, that's the only thing I've ever bought. And most of the time, like the bidding goes up so quick, I'm like, I'm out. Yeah, I understand that. How do you handle full sheets in your shop? I don't. I would not bring a full sheet into my shop. I would have them at least rip it down in half. And then I have done, did I do a full sheet out in the driveway for the Glowforge cabinet? Put it down on styrofoam and use the circular saw? I couldn't do a full sheet in here. But wouldn't you need a full sheet? Like, you have it broken down approximately and then finesse it. So yeah, some of it's going to go to waste, and hardware store or big box lumber stores, guys who work the panel saw are notorious for not being very good at it. But just get it, cut it down oversize, and have them cut it down oversize, and then get it to actual size in your shop. That's how I mean, I don't have enough room. If I had enough room that I could wrangle full sheets, maybe, but I'll accept a little bit more waste and have them break it down to manageable size for me to work with. Anyway, let's talk about the plane that I'm looking at. Okay. I'm going to give out 3 points. 3 points to the person who tells me first what in the Stanley numbering system, what number is this plane? Right? It's for 3 Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff points. You know what? Let's go with 7. I'll give you 7 MWTS points. People just guessing numbers. No. This is the plane that I'm looking at right now. Tim's got it. It is a number 10 cabinet maker's plane. I do not have one. I would like this one. This one is in pretty good shape. It's got the low squat front knob. I don't know the series of it, but it is absolutely pre-World War II. And it's very, very nice. It's a great plane, but be careful, they break easy. Well, I don't use my planes anyway. You guys are always telling me that I don't use my planes anyway, so how am I going to break it? It's pretty decent sized chip out of the tote, but there's like, this is a pretty good example of a really old number 10. And I'm gonna keep my eye on that price as it auctions off over the next day. If it gets close to the end of the auction and it's still under about 180 American dollars. I might buy that. Oh, Kyla's here. Late to the party, you had unexpected visitors. Well, tell them to get the fuck out. You got a show to watch. Your friends on YouTube. Can you imagine? You had friends come over and you're like, no, sorry, bye. I have to watch my friend on YouTube. Oh, what a world. I mean, you should do that, obviously, but debating trying one of mine on my lathe. I really want to try a hand plane on the lathe. I really do. People on the internet are real people. Are they? I mean, some of us are. Some of us are. I don't know that. I mean, yes, they're real people, but are the internet version of them, is the internet version of them who they are? A lot of them, I would venture to guess, no, that's not who that person is. I was trying to clean my kitchen so my cousin can install a new cooktop for you. Shouldn't Scotty be in? What the shit, Scott? Totally kidding. Unless they're Canadians. Canadians are real people. I promise you we exist. It needs to be an electrician. Oh, yeah. Those guys. Those fucking guys. Electricians. Electricians and roofers, man. I don't even know what that means. I'm just saying things now. Family's cheaper? Yeah, absolutely. If you have a family member who's an electrician, you're like, yeah, don't kick that person out so that you can watch this nonsense. Are you sure you're not generated by an AI? Could be why you aren't making money. I think I would make more money if I was AI generated, because it would learn. I clearly don't learn how to make money doing this. The AI who hypothetically would create this nonsense would get better at making money. Been doing this if the AI who is making this thing sucks, if it hasn't figured it out after 5 years, 6 years of doing YouTube. Did the electrical for the kitchen remodel for the friend I'm making the bowl for. Electricity is one of the few things that I am not interested in, other than, I mean, even like soldering potentiometers in electric guitars, I don't really want to do. Like, it's not my jive, like and like actual electricity, like in a house, other than wiring a new plug, or installing a light switch or a bathroom fan or something like that. That kind of electricity, okay. But like running new lines, or no, thank you. Let the electricians do the electricity. Let the accountants do the accounting. Let the electricians do the electricity. In general, for me, I just don't, it's not my thing. I don't want to do it. I was going to say I'm not scared of it. I am a little bit. I have a healthy respect for how badly doing electricity wrong can go. Which I think is good. Something invisible that can kill you, like that. It's something invisible that can stop your heart if you touch it wrong. Let's be honest, it's a little scary. Like the concept itself is a little scary. Sparkies need to do the sparking. I agree. For me, anyway, I've wired a plug. I've installed ceiling fans, like light switches, etc., etc. Not gonna run. Well, I helped the guy run the lines out here, but they're like surface conduit lines. You know, there are degrees. Sometimes just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yes. Yep. Well, and especially like for things that like may or may not void your home insurance or whatever. Like if my house burns down and I fucked up the electrical doing it myself, guess what? I'm destitute. We used to do our mechanic work. Now there's so much computer stuff. It's true. It's true. We learned how to turn wrenches on car engines back in high school. But yeah, all the electrical work I've done passed inspection. Mr. Fancy Pants with his multiple driveways and his inspection passing electrical work. And his big pile of oak. Yeah, well, at least I'm a calendar. Are you a calendar? No. Beer. It's true, I have it on your wall. Yeah, that calendar cost me like $60, Kyla. Hope you appreciate that calendar. I own a calendar. I own many, many calendars. I was supposed to get a calendar. You still will, my friend. That's your bingo prize. Fuck, could you imagine? The calendar I already promised to the Patreon people for being at a certain level. I make his bingo prize. Could you imagine? Oh, that's awesome. You'll get a calendar. Six months you can't use? Shut up. It's about the collectible nature of it. It's an investment. Is what? No, it isn't, because he didn't pay for it. Well, he did pay for it. It's going to increase in value over the years. One day it'll be worth. That motherfucker's going to be in a museum one day. Okay? One day, humanity will realize what I had going on. And that calendar will be in a museum. We're not going to last that long. The length of time it would take for that to happen is longer than humans will exist. You have my address. Send me a calendar. I'll put it up in my shop. It honestly is getting to the point where like the patrons who I promised them to are going to get them. And then I probably will just send them out. If people want to send me whatever the shipping cost is on them, I might as well just send them out. And just take the loss. Put it up in your wood shop so you can aspire to rise to Mike's level. Strive for adequacy. I was talking with one of my Navy buds. Said afterwards he was running down to Home Depot to get his lawnmower. Wasn't talking about the machine. They'll find them after the fallout and be like, look at that guy. There will be no fallout. We will not survive. Kapla can have my calendar. Okay. That just cost me more money, Paul. It's probably $27 for me to send that fucking calendar to Florida. God. I know mail from where you live to where you live costs more than the calendar. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. You're like, couldn't you give my calendar to somebody in Canada? Give it to McGill. Now McGill gets a calendar anyway. McGill, did you get a calendar? Did I send you one? Or did you tell me you don't want one because it's going to cost me money? Some people did that. They were like, you know what? Yeah. Not sure if they were just being nice and not wanting to cost me money, or if they were like, I do not want photographs of that motherfucker in my shop. I feel like I might be swearing more than I usually do. By the time it'll get here, the year will be over. Yeah, like I said, it's a collectible. You put it in the safe, and then you bring it out and sell it in 1,400 years for profit. Send mine to Matthias. I would, but he won't give me his address. He doesn't answer my calls anymore. Didn't see one yet, but I don't really need it. Okay. It's a swearing kind of week. I feel like a little bit, yeah. Little bit. Just kind of like, I'll hold on to it. Mike finally goes viral. I will lord it over the peasants. Muahaha. Mike finally goes viral. That feels a little bit like a burn. Was that a burn when Mike finally goes viral? Like, yeah, one day, maybe, finally. I don't even really know what virality is anymore. Like, what do you gotta have on a post or whatever for it to be viral, or a video? Because I'm absolutely not there, but I don't know what the actual, is there a number? 100,000 people see a thing? Is that viral? I don't know. It's when you have an itch and need to see a doctor. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I go viral. My kid came home from daycare viral. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And by the way, pretty sure that was the daycare you fought to have stay open, wasn't it? Didn't I like edit a letter? I may be misremembering that series of events. Eric Habakabaka, how you doing, my friend? I genuinely appreciate your beard. I wish I could see your head bigger than this big, because I think that is I think that's a fairly glorious piece of facial hair. If you shaved off half your face live, that might have a chance of going viral. I guess it's never going to happen then. I have no interest in shaving ever. Like, that's the reason this exists, is because shaving is stupid. I stopped. I was like, you know what? This is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. And this is what happened. As my mom always loved to say when I was a kid, I opened the windows and influenza. Rebuilding the deck. Oof. Yeah, it's another thing. I think we talked about this on the show one time, about how, like, once we decide whether or not this is the perma home, like, if we decide that we're here for more than another couple of years, deck project is underway at that point. I'm not going to redo the deck into what I want it to be unless I know that this is where we are going to stay. But I have some plans. If we decide that this is where we're going to stay, I have some plans for a deck build. Like, plans. Seeing Mike's head on a 50-inch TV is something. It's like a 50-inch TV. That's 50 inches. So maybe just a little under half that. A 2-foot. Actually, that's like life size. My head is probably just about 2 inches long. Did I actually just say that? My head is probably just about 2 inches long. Is a sentence that just came out of my mouth. Hold on. I don't think it is. It's 18-ish. 16. My head is 16 inches long, including the beard. Sound check. Yeah. Redwood deck build. No, it'll probably be Douglas fir. Because I can get it for all basically free. It's not. It's like, there are times when I get it for almost free, but not for like the deck build that I'm going to be engaged with. It'll probably, depending on the investment I feel like making, we as a family feel like making in the deck. It'll probably be cedar, honestly. Like, it'll probably be Western red cedar. Unless I still have that big ass pile of Douglas fir in the backyard. Jim Sprague, probably. A wood turner on YouTube is moving from Petawawa, Ontario to New Brunswick. Moving his shop will be a nightmare. Moving anybody's shop would be a nightmare. I don't know who that is, and I'm gonna agree with you. Moving a shop is a nightmare. I've never even done it, and I can tell you right now. Wasn't someone supposed to make a drawing of you a couple weeks ago? Yes, somebody was supposed to cartoonize, silhouettize me. I'm gonna have to go watch that show again. Remember who it was? Amy Gersh? Was it Kyla? Might have been Kyla. Kyla, were you gonna cartoonize me? When you lean back, it's 20 inches from crown to bottom scraggly bits. Like, if I can fit my whole thing in, that's 20 inches. See, like I said, 2 feet. What if I go like this? Like, is that awesome for you? I'm working on that still. Okay. No. I shouldn't do that again. What's Kyla? Kyla's got a shirt waiting for me. I gotta place an order. I have to stop losing money and order. I'm gonna order a big batch of the Custom Creations liquid wax to have to sell, and I owe Scott for a set of coasters, and you can put that shirt in there. Stop buying planes and make it a... I haven't bought the plane. I just want it. I need to buy a new lathe to make classes more efficient so I can have more classes, so that I can make more money, so I can buy more things, because capitalism. Yeah, I gotta order a batch of liquid wax, because a lot of people ask me how to maintain their things that they buy from me, and I want to have a product to sell them. How is that Beaver Chuck? Still haven't opened it. I still don't have an answer for you. How much is the crayon? I will put a link in the chat. Custom high-speed crayon. customcreations.com.au/product-category. Hey, where's the crayon? What the shit, Scotty? Oh, it's not under the finishing products. I don't think we need a second category. I think high-speed polish is a finishing product. I think the high-speed polish, the custom high-speed crayon, should go under wood finishing products. Doesn't need a separate category. You can get the mini bar, step 1 and 2, for $31.35 Canadian. I think Canadian. It's probably Australian. You can get just the step 1 for $16.50 Australian, which is about on par with Canada, so it's probably like $14 American plus shipping. I do have a discount code in the description. If you go there and buy some things from him, use that discount code, because they're very, very wealthy and don't need the extra money. Like Mr. Kapla with his multiple driveways. Vegan custom high-speed polish. What? Why is... I'm gonna have to ask Scott why the normal high-speed polish isn't vegan. Like, what's in it that it... You put like bacon fat in there. Because I'll buy more of it if it has bacon fat. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to put... Never mind. Got distracted. I'm going to put that in the chat. That is the high-speed crayon. There are numerous options and sizes. Get the step 1 and 2. The little bar will go you a long way. Honestly. I don't want to tell people not to buy the big one. Actually, he probably makes more off selling the little ones anyway. So, but I don't know. The little one will go you a long way, especially the step 2, because sometimes I don't even bother with step 2. Go buy high-speed crayons, everybody. Is the crayon gluten-free? Only the vegan one. I don't think beeswax is vegan. See, these are questions for Scott. I also don't know that I would tell anybody that, like, the finish on this bowl isn't vegan. Like, if anybody asked me, like, hey, is this bowl finished with vegan finish? I might just say, get the fuck out. Like, you just go away. Like, stop talking to me. Go away. Is the finish on this bowl vegan? I don't even want your money. I don't have any problem with vegans. If you're wondering about whether or not the finish on a bowl you're going to buy from an artisan is a vegan finish, I don't want to talk to you. We had requests for it, so yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like, if it's going to sell, make it, right? I just can't imagine. In my head, I can't imagine like having a market table full of things and somebody coming up and being like, oh, this is really nice. But is the finish vegan? And honestly, if they did, I would probably laugh out loud at their face. Like, I probably wouldn't be able to not laugh in their face. Because what kind of question is that? It's like, is this finish low sodium? Nope. No, it's not. Is it gluten-free, low sodium, vegan finish? Yeah, it's good. I can see it. Yeah, food safe is a question that I can say yes. Absolutely, this is a food safe finish. You can absolutely guarantee, like, I have eaten this finish. It is absolutely food safe. Is this finish vegan? I don't even think vegans think, like, do vegans think that way? Like, how do they go through life just only having vegan things? The wood isn't vegan either. Beaver cut it down. Well, a beaver didn't, but dinosaurs died to create the fuel to run the chainsaws that cut it down. It's a reach, but the wood may contain insects. They did have bacteria living in it, and bacteria is a living thing. Moving on, go buy some custom high-speed crayon. Use the discount code in the description. Also, if you guys haven't yet, Go watch Jax's Traveling Turner series. JND Creations, Jax, fantastic dude. We joke all the time about like being nemesis. We're good friends, and he's doing a fantastic job making this series of videos where he goes and turns with his lathe in remote locations in Western Australia, and he did drone footage and just beautiful. He's doing really, really good work, and more people need to go watch that. So, not right now. You're busy. I'll go watch it now. I told you to just go anyway. I did. How do you get around the nut allergy question with woods such as walnut, hickory, etc.? Serious question. I appreciate that you mentioned that this is a serious question, because who can tell with you guys? My attorney suggested to you to even put disclaimers on it. No, I mean, yeah, you guys down south of the border are fairly litigious and stuff, but I just tell people, like, literally nut is in the name of the wood. So, like, I cannot guarantee that a nut allergy is not going to respond to, like, if you cut into this wood, there will be bits of, but depending on what the nut allergy is, because nut allergies are different. Like, you could be allergic to the dust of the nut, you could be allergic to the oils of the nut. You can, like, I do not guarantee that this is nut safe. You know, it literally is made out of a tree that grows nuts. Stop it. Gotta run. New cooktop. Okay, later, Kyle. Yeah, this tree grew nuts. So I cannot guarantee that this is allergen safe. Is how I would deal with it. In fact, I have dealt with it that way, because I've had people ask me, like, I have a nut allergy, can I use this walnut bowl? And I say probably, but absolutely cannot guarantee that this, like, it literally, this tree grew nuts. So it depends on the relationship of your allergy to you. Oak has acorns, nut family. I guess. Yeah, an acorn is a nut, but I don't know that most nut allergies would respond to acorns the same way they do to pecans and peanuts and things, but I don't know. Again, I would just say I cannot make that guarantee for you. This tree grew nuts. Yeah, it absolutely did. I've lost sales because I say now think you and your family may not have allergies, but what about your guests? Sure. I mean, I would like to see an example, any documented case of an allergy being triggered by a bowl that was made out of a tree that produced nuts. I've not seen that, which is why I tell people, like, probably. I've never seen an example of that happening. Doesn't mean that it couldn't. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely be honest with people. But just tell them, like, I have seen 0 documented cases of allergies being triggered by the wood in a bowl that had salad in it or whatever, you know. Is there a correlation between nut allergy and wood from those trees? this is information I don't have. Like I said, I would love if someone could show me an example of like salad bowl causes Caesar salad to create nut allergy reaction or something. Something. Somebody at Stanford University or UCLA, Wisconsin, or whatever. I don't know why. It feels like UCLA probably has a Wisconsin campus. Somebody in some research capacity has to have a paper on this. There are case studies of allergic reactions out there from ER visits that were tracked back to boards. But were the reactions traced back to the wood in the board, or it had been previously used to cut? Maybe there was some peanut butter on the board at some point. Is it some kid made a peanut butter sandwich on the cutting board and then it got used for something? Like, I would love to see this, like some kind of information. Never used dogwood, but I wouldn't think twice to try it, and I'm allergic to dogs. There you go. This is the definitive answer. If Pinnell would use dogwood, and he's allergic to dogs, therefore, henceforth, ergo, dogwood is a beautiful tree. I've got a dogwood sapling that is sprouted up beside my house, and I want to relocate it to a bigger part of the yard so that it can grow and I can kill it and make it into something. I would like to do this. One more beer. I thought tonight was going to be a short show. I do that sometimes, though. Sometimes I assume, which makes an ass out of you and me. Extrapolate that results, but to butt trees. What? Extrapolate that results to butt trees? Your face is a butt tree. Need more thumbs up. It's a good point. There are 13 people watching, and only 6 of you like this thing. Why are you watching? Nut trees. Okay, extrapolate that thought, but to nut trees. No. I think it's time to move past that. I appreciate it's not a short show. It never is anymore. This show used to be an hour and a half pretty consistently. I don't know when the last time I did something under 2 hours was. I enjoy my time on the internet with my friends. Why would I stop having fun with my friends on the internet? Yours says 10 watching? I got 12. I'm watching because it's been a hell of a week. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My thoughts are with you and yours, my friend. If you thumbs up, YouTube will show you more videos like it, though. This is a good point. You might not want to do that because then you might have to see the thumbnail of my other videos go past you while you're scrolling. Because you're obviously not watching them. The hangout with you guys on Saturday night is my fun. It's my fun too. I mean, honestly, like I think that this live show, I think that hanging out with my friends on the internet, live on YouTube, probably saved my life. So take that for what you will. I watched a video once. It's true. I have evidence that you watched at least one of my videos one time. Henry McKenna bourbon. I don't know Henry McKenna. I'll keep my eyes open. Is it good? Do I want to know? Or is that like cheap garbage that you get at the gas station? Because if it's good, I might give it a try. I do like a decent bourbon. I do like a Maker's Mark. Actually, I was surprised that I liked the Jim Beam Honey. I wouldn't say I was surprised. I was surprised how much I liked the Jim Beam Honey. Because Jim Beam is kind of cheap garbage. It's very generic. It's mass produced. I did like the Jim Beam Honey. American is cheap, like $16 US. But okay, cheap is a qualitative measurement. Is it inexpensive or is it cheap? Too sweet, Eric. The Jim Beam Honey. I like more sugar than most people do in their coffee. So too sweet. It did have a cut of sweet for sure, but I enjoyed that. I like hot chocolate made from cocoa powder, not the instant stuff. Look at Mr. La-Ti-Da over here with his multiple driveways and his shop floor made of plywood and his hot chocolate made from cocoa powder. Honey is very sweet. It's true. It's the sweetest thing that comes out of bees' assholes. Good thing I have a nice sense of humor. It's true. You would stop coming if you didn't. Anybody who comes to this nonsense once and doesn't come back, I know that they're not the peeps for me. I totally understand that this is not for everybody. But I'm not trying to be. I'd like for it to be for more people so that I can make more than 14 cents an episode. But, yeah. You get to be my age, you don't let things bother you so much. I am slowly getting there. I have noticed over the last couple of years even that I'm like who am I trying to impress, really? Like, life is pretty short in the grand scheme of things to be like acquiescing to other people's nonsense and like just be kind to each other. Don't be assholes and make your way through the world as best you can, you know? I question my sanity after every show and you still come back. Well, then the answer is yes. If you question your sanity and you come back anyway, the answer was yes. What was Kyla, the cartoon of me, gonna be? Was it like, I don't know, when I did like this a second ago, I was like, that's a pretty good cartoon. That's a pretty good like silhouette. I don't remember what she was gonna do. I think if there are 7 watching, we were all doing our 2 cents worth. It's a good point. You absolutely are. The Google AdSense revenue based on the per 1,000 clicks. I appreciate it. Paul might get me a huge discount on turning tools at Rockler, on top of his already enormous level of support for this nonsense. Well, his son might get me. Well, it's technically him getting his son to get me a discount at Rockler. You know, again, I sold a custom crayon 2-pack. All right, good. It's fantastic stuff. If you turn things and you don't have custom creations products, then I don't know why you're going through life that way. You're making things more difficult for yourself. I've been using some of the cheap carbide turning tools from Amazon. They're working nice. They're probably the same ones that I got in that 3-pack from Penn State Industries. And they're just perfectly fine. I went looking for them again tonight to order another set because I'm doing classes now and I need to have 2 lathes rocking, so I wanted to have 2 sets of tools. And I went to go buy another set and they don't offer them anymore. So yeah, I'm going to go through Lee Valley, but I should check Amazon because it's probably the same shit and I can probably, unless it's significantly cheaper, I'm going to go through Lee Valley anyway. I don't want to give Bezos any money if I can. He's got enough. He's like Bezos and his like dick shuttle. I'd rather give Penn State. It's true. I would rather give Penn State Industries money than Jeff Bezos. Yeah, what is this? Mini carbide tipped wood lathe turning tools. Blah 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 blah. $88.99. No. No. I'm a big YouTube star. I will spend the extra money to go through Lee Valley. My set has round, square, diamond, and hollower. And hollower? This one comes with a bunch of extra inserts too. No. Stop looking. $88.99 for the 3 tools plus it looks like 8 extra tips. It's hard to argue with. No. Has anyone else had problems with YouTube the last couple of weeks where it freezes and takes forever to load a page? No, but I don't watch a ton of YouTube. I watch a little bit, but I have not experienced that. My hollowing tool I made from a 1/2-inch Allen key. Mr. Fancy Pants over there. I need to get some inserts. Have to wait for my SS check. Social Security. Okay. No problems. Witzel's not having problems. Kaplaw's not having problems. Eric's not having problems. Why buy what you can make? Because you don't want to make it, I guess, is an answer. Like I don't want to slaughter a cow. I want to eat beef. I'm going to let somebody else slaughter the cow. I could absolutely murder a cow and make it into meat. Rather have somebody else do it for me. Same thing. We just got done talking about electricians and stuff. Easier and lack of desire. Exactly. I mean, I could make all of the hand planes that I use too, but I don't want to. I want to let them make them. They're better at it. Get off of this. Don't give him any money. Go buy it from Tom. No. Robin. Robin Lee probably isn't hurting either, but he's no Jeff Bezos. He doesn't have a dick shuttle. That's why it's better to shop at IKEA. There's a time and a place. Chris Pennell got an IKEA cabinet thing for like a specific space in his kitchen. He bought the IKEA cabinet thing that fit the space, and he put a nice slab of walnut over the top of it to make a little coffee station. It's the best of both worlds. You know, you don't have to make the shitty part you don't want to have to make when you can get it cheaper over here, but it's still a thing that fits your space and works for you. I'm going to sell Pennell a tractor later next week. He said, the guy sends me a listing on Facebook. He's like, I didn't know you were selling tractors in Nova Scotia. Sure enough, there I am, selling tractors in Nova Scotia on Facebook. $39 shop stools. I want to come to your house. I just want to steal your shop stool and just take it out into the field and light it on fire. Also, what is going on with Nova Scotia, my friend? Like, seems like every other week I'm turning on the national news and there's some fucking natural disaster happening in Nova Scotia. There's always like, so we're going to talk to some people in Nova Scotia about like their recovery efforts after the thing that just happened. Damn, my friend, you are living on the wrong side of Canada. We don't have constantly occurring natural disasters in states of emergency. We don't. Beaver wood turning tools. Hey, right on. Carbide, it's like $57. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably the same shit. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think we should be supporting these people. It was a bad flood last Friday. Yeah, that's what I was like, yeah, no, the cleanup efforts are continuing in Halifax. And I'm like, what? Well, didn't they just get hit by a fire like 3 weeks ago? Oh, I jest. Oh, another update. So we talked about the class going well. The class last Sunday down to the shop, my first ever turning class that I put on. Guess what else went well? Getting the band back together. Went over to my buddy Seth's on Monday night. I had a pretty good week. My first ever turning class. The first time in over 3 years that I jammed with my boys to make music in a garage. That was awesome. We've never been great, but we weren't as bad as we should have been after not playing for over 3 years. And that was fun, and we're going to keep doing that. So Monday nights are going to keep being jam night over at my buddy Seth's. We're going to have a set list. We're going to have a list of songs that we're going to practice and keep working on so that we can hopefully continue to improve. But it feels so good to just be playing music with friends. Yeah, a lot like this show, just like being present. I shouldn't put it in that. Like just being here with you guys, being my friends on the internet, it feeds your soul a little bit, and that does too in a different way. So that was good. Monday night at my buddy Seth's, making tunes in the garage, making noise on the guitar, singing into a microphone. Man, it felt really, really good. Thanks for asking. Nobody asked. That's bad friending, you guys, because you knew that was happening. Why didn't anybody ask if it went okay? Everybody asked about the turning class. Nobody asked about band practice or jam night or whatever you want to call it. That's bad friending. Best guitarist, Roy Clark. The best guitarist, are we talking ever? Or currently? First of all, you can't. No, that's not a thing you can answer, because all of the great guitarists are great in their own way with their people. That was bad practice. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for asking, Eric Habakabaka. It was great. It was really fun, and I appreciate you asking. Best guitarist ever. You can't say that, but maybe everybody, like, they're all great for their own, with their people doing their things. Like David Gilmour has got to be in that discussion. Brian May has to be in the discussion. Slash has to be in the discussion. Joe Satriani has to be in the discussion. Carlos Santana has to be in the discussion. I mean, there's Mike McCready. These are all valid answers. Eric Clapton. B.B. King. Yeah, there's no answer to that. What do you want to listen to right now? You know, like, how do you want that guitarist to make you feel right now? Steve Vai. It has to be in the discussion. I mean, I could give you I could put my top favorite 20 guitarists of all time into some kind of list, maybe, but they would still be shimmying around within that list, and some would be sneaking in and out. Fucking Prince, like Eddie Van Halen, Eric Habakabaka, good call. I think I already said it once, so have a free bingo square. One more beer. Oh. We've talked about this before, about how Mike never pees, despite drinking numerous beers. I am going to go urinate. I'm going to go do it beside my house, though. I'm not going to bring you with me. probably leave that open. He urinates. He is human. It's true. It is absolutely true. It doesn't happen all, like, everybody was like, don't you have to pee every 2 beer? I'm like, what this shit is wrong with you? Grow a better bladder. Kirk Hammett, probably in the discussion. I mean, everybody is great with who they're with. The Edge. I hate that he has that name. Like, I wish he had an actual name, like Bruce. He's Irish. Bruce O'Malley. Ryan O'Malley, something like that. His name is The Edge. Fantastic guitarist. John Mayer. Yeah. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. I don't even know if I could narrow it down to 20. I'm going to try. You know what? I'm going to start a document right now. Mike's favorite guitarists. And I'm going to try, for next week, I'm going to try to have my top 20. This is top 20 guitarists of all time. If he opens Excel, Benel, make me a spreadsheet. I never did get my beer. When we can do, that's what I would, honestly, that's probably what I would need to do. I would probably need Pinnell to make me a spreadsheet with like a ranking system, basically like technical skill, emotional input, how I feel when I listen to it, and I would score all those out of 10 and create some kind of like just the list rock guitarist or all genres. Well, it would have to, I mean, I listen to rock music generally, so it will be filled with them. But if there is, I mean, there will be my list of the top 20 guitarists that I like and appreciate is going to be the list. So there won't probably be a country guitarist on there. There's probably a couple of blues guys. Randy Rhoads, sure. Dave Mustaine. Nope. He's the singer. He played guitar there too, though, didn't he? Man, I don't know how nobody said Jimi Hendrix yet, unless somebody did and I missed it. Like, that's how many good guitarists there are. It's that we've been listing names and maybe nobody said Jimi Hendrix yet. Bill Mumy? I don't know that name. From Babylon 5? Like, the space show? Like, the science fiction television show guy? I don't think I watched it, but I don't know this fella. Lost in Space. And he's a guitar player. Look at me learning stuff. It's not going to register. Never gonna remember that. Just like I am who I am. I'm an open book. I'll be honest. Not gonna remember that. Angus Young should probably be on the list. We don't come here for that. Yeah. I appreciate you keep coming back. 2.5 hours in, we're talking about this guy trying to think of good guitars. I should start this list before I forget them. No, I'll just leave it like that. Top 20 guitarists of all time is the title at the top of the sheet. Bill Mumy, is that how you say his name? Mumy? And Keb Mo both play my guitars. I'd be honest and don't know who either one of those people is. I know Bill Mumy is from Babylon 5 and Lost in Space. I don't know who Keb Mo is. I wouldn't have Angus in my top 20. I might not either. But we're just listing names. I think I've already listed more than 20. Like, it's gonna be tough. Is it like to whittle it down? Bill Murray. He might be a really good guitar player. I don't know. I am going to have to do my top 20 guitarists of all time list in no particular order. Like, it's going to be hard enough to pick 20, let alone organize them into an order. So it'll be, these are my top 20 guitarists of all time, and put them in whatever order you want, kind of thing. It's hard to separate the individual from the band. Yeah, exactly. Like, that was going to be a bad example. I was going to say, would David Gilmour be David Gilmour without Pink Floyd? Well, clearly he would, because he has done a lot of really good music without that band. But would he have gotten to where he is as a guitar player without that band? Probably not, you know. Mike McCready, would he be as good a guitar player without Eddie leading the charge? Probably not. Yeah. That's the thing. There's no definitive answer. These are the best 20 guitar players of all time. That'd be stupid to try and claim that. I'm actually quite excited to do this list now. Thanks for the idea. It's going to be a very difficult exercise, but I am going to enjoy it. How many Canadians are going to be on that list? None? Maybe none. That's disappointing. But no. Alex Lifeson. Oh, things getting knocked around in my house there. Is he going to make the list? I don't know that he will. But if there was If there was going to be a Canadian on the list, that would probably be him. Neil Young, I would not put on a guitarist list. Songwriter. Troubadour. Top 20 troubadours of all time. Neil Young would probably be on the list. I don't think he's one of the top 20 guitar players of all time. Jeff Healey has to be in the discussion. Lots of Canadian guitarists. Well, yeah, but are they? There's not lots of Canadian guitarists that should be in the running for top 20 guitarists of all time. Lots of. I'm a Canadian guitarist. Pennell's a Canadian guitarist. Sean McGill, I think, maybe plays guitar. He has a cello. Gordon Lightfoot, again, same kind of thing. Songwriter, troubadour, not guitarist. Not in discussions of best guitarist ever. Geddy Lee doesn't play guitar, Paul. Get your shit together, okay? Geddy Lee plays bass. And we all know the bass players don't really count in the grand scheme of things. Right, Padel? It's guitar shaped. It's true. It is a guitar shaped instrument. Okay. Geddy Lee doesn't count. Bass is the dominant instrument in Rush. No, it's not. Drums is the dominant instrument in Rush. Don't fucking start. Okay. If we're talking about who's the best drummer of all time, this is a different discussion. Okay? Like, Geddy Lee cannot qualify into a list of top 20 guitarists of all time. He just cannot. If we're talking best bass players of all time, best frontman of all time, most charismatic energy on the front of a stage or something, like, these are different discussions. He's not a guitar player. He can't be put in the same category as all these other people we're talking about. Yeah, Les Claypool. Yeah, sure. I mean, this is not the discussion we're having right now. Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell might be one of the best drummers of all time. Yes, if that's what we're talking about. I put my balls on your drum kit. Both know Coughs doesn't start till 6. Eloy Casgrande, best drummer. Covered drum mags at age 15, legendary now. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with drummers, obviously, as I am with guitar players, but I mean, Neil Peart is going to be at the top of the list. Probably. I don't know where Will Ferrell finds the time to make movies and tour with the Chili Peppers. Yeah, well, he's I'm surprised that the Chili Peppers are still touring, considering that Anthony Kiedis should be in jail. Ever see Steve Moore, the Mad Drummer? I have not. He does play a mean cowbell. That's a good point. Will Ferrell does play a mean cowbell. Did somebody else give me money? Why do I have more money now than I did before? Did I miss something about? Did somebody give me more money? Paul gave me $20 and now it's saying I have $26.47. Apologies if somebody gave me more money and I didn't recognize them. I apologize. Wait, why should he be in jail? I'm going to have you go. I'll put a link. Jeez. Do you really not know about the history of Anthony Kiedis and underage girls? Let's just, I'm going to just tell you to do a Google search of Anthony Kiedis. I don't know, like call it whatever you want. Anthony Kiedis rape would probably turn up enough information for you. He's an unapologetic sexual predator. And that kills that band for me. Oh yeah, no, fair, yeah. Yeah, no, I have big displeasure for Red Hot Chili Peppers. Ray Lewis should be in jail. Absolutely, he should. Yeah. Yeah, like a ton of people who should be in jail. I'm not going to get into who should and should not be in jail, because that will go in lots of directions that I don't need to have happening on this show. But yeah, it always blows me away when I tell people they say they like the Chili Peppers, and I say I can't possibly like the Chili Peppers. I never really did like their tunes. There were a couple of them that I thought were pretty good, but it's something always bothered me about that dude, and then sure enough, yeah. Top 20 celebrities who should be in jail that aren't. Well, then we have to define celebrity, though, don't we? Because what's a celebrity? Is Matthias a celebrity? I do not mean to imply that he should be in jail. And who am I to say who a celebrity is, and why they should be in jail? If you commit crimes that are jail time worthy, you should be in jail, whether you're a celebrity or not. Trump and other people, Biden, they probably fucking both should. They probably have both broken the law numerous times and should be in jail. I agree that Freddie was. We're talking about. I think I saw best frontman. Well, I mean, honestly, to me, best frontman has to be. I mean, 8 points. 8 points for first person to say who wins best frontman for me. Is really easy. It's pretty obvious if you've spent any time with me here on this show. And you know anything about... Well, that's unfair. David Lee Roth. No. Stephen Page. Ooh. one of, but not. Come on, Penel. Get your points. I love how he like intentionally doesn't get points that he knows he could get. This is like not the first time that he's been like, I know the answer, but I'm just gonna not say it. Tim gets points. Unless you're talking about a different Gordon. I'm gonna need you to be more specific. Nobody calls him Gordon. I don't want to be that guy who steals all the points. I want to be that guy that just like is constantly taking all the Gordon Lightfoot. Nope. The other guy. I'm just gonna tell you, nobody gets any points. The fellow's name is Gordon Downey. Nobody calls him Gordon. His name's Gord Downey. He's the front man for the Tragic Hip, and he is the best front man of all time. And I will fight you. Like Prince, it's pretty good. Agnetha Faltskog. She's also good. Geddy Lee, right up there. The lead singer for ABBA. Oh, right, Agnetha Faltskog. I don't know why I didn't just immediately know that. But Anthony Kiedis, I mean, it's now admitted that you like ABBA. In what world did I do that? I have no idea who that person is. I know that she, I think, is the lead singer of ABBA. Is there a lead singer of ABBA? Don't they all just sing? Shittily? All right. I am, before I get myself in trouble. No, I don't care. I'm an open book. Whatever. What's the criteria for best frontman? The criteria for best frontman is the person who... It's a good question. I'll have to work on that. That is a very good question. The person who, through their own will and effort and charisma, creates the emotional atmosphere for people to celebrate that band. I'll work on a definition, but it'll be something along those lines. Like the energy, enthusiasm, charisma, and talent of this person fuels the celebration of said group. It'll be something along that line. I just realized ABBA is the first initials of the 4 members. Who fucking cares? They're garbage. Like, they're maybe the worst band of all time. Axl Rose is definitely an answer. Is definitely an answer. He's another terrible human being, but definitely a good answer. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of good answers. There's lots of good answers. I'm not going to do that list until after. I need to focus, you guys. I need to focus on the guitarist list. The guitarist list is going to be fucking hard. Like, let me just settle into one list at a time. Okay? We'll do guitarists this week. Next week I'll tell you my list. Then we can decide what the list is after that. And I'll do one week after week after week. Worst band ever, Dave Matthews. Yeah, totally subjective. I understand why people don't like the Dave Matthews Band. I am going to disagree with you. Dave Matthews could be on my like if I do a top 20 frontmen, Dave Matthews might be on there. And Carter Beauford is absolutely going to be on my drummer list. One more beer. Pretty sure that's the third one more beer. But now we're talking music again. Yeah. I am going to shut her down. We're almost going into... We're 10 minutes away from 3 hours. That is nonsense. We should not be doing 3-hour shows. Ringo Starr will absolutely not be on the drummer list. I mean, 20? Is it a... No. I don't think so. I don't think Ringo Starr is one of the top 20 drummers of all time. Travis Barker is absolutely going to be on the list. Tommy Lee is probably going to be on the list. I only learned who Travis Barker was like, what, a year ago? You guys helped me figure out who that was. I was like, why have I never figured out that the drummer from Blink-182 is actually really, really good at that? Like, who's the drummer from Blink-182? He's really good. Ringo isn't even the best drummer in the Beatles. It's probably true. It's probably true. Who is probably... I would say probably Paul. Is probably the best drummer in the Beatles. I'm just assuming. He's the best musician in the Beatles. Oh, did I just... I stand by that. Paul McCartney is the most talented Beatle. Fight me. Change my mind. I could be that guy in that meme. I am going to bid you adieu. I'm gonna end the show by proclaiming Lennon said that about Ringo. He's not wrong. I bid you adieu. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week for the first show of August. It's probably getting pretty close to the time where I need to take a week off. Like, I think I've done about 40 live shows this year, and we're 7 months into the year. Yeah, One of these days I'm going to take a week off. No, I'm not. I love hanging out with you guys. Bye for now. If you have a bingo for July, let me know. Because you have a chance to split the prize with Todd Lajeunesse. Ringo is a left-handed drummer playing a right-handed set. So is Carter Beauford. And that's no excuse, Ringo. Because if Carter Beauford can do that, then what the fuck is wrong with you, Ringo? Bye for now. If you don't know about Anthony Kiedis, go look it up. Can't you just rearrange the drum set to be correct? You could, but if you are a left-handed guitar or left-handed drummer and you learn to play on a right-handed kit, you're going to be in a different place rhythmically. Come on, Benel. Bye, everybody.